What is guanin, peeps? What is guanin? If you are here, you're at the extended, and I'm just trying to adjust everything so you can see all the cards. But basically, we're moving on about what we need to know right now. Oh, what I want, peeps, what I want. And as I said, we need to go deeper on this subject. Wow. This is a spread and a half, don't you think, people? Maybe it's just me, but I'm going to go for a quick summary and determine what we really need to clarify. I'm not going to drag this out because the first one was quite long to begin with. But as I said, I'm using major arcanas, and these ones come with the set of two of each, one in the negative attribute and one in the positive attribute. So let's get down to business. So the very first come is the very first thing that came out was the current situation. And this is your person in this current situation. They're in hermit mode for some reason or another. Should we figure out why they're in hermit mode? Why they're actually hiding? Why are they actually, it's not even so much about the hiding, it's about they're actually shining a light on situations that have gone on in the past. Do you know what I mean? But we've got the what is influencing that actual current situation, and it's the hangman mode. It's because you're in hangman mode, or they in hangman mode in some reason. But I'd love to get to the bottom of this hermit. Why are they in hermit mode? Do you know their hermit mode? It could be simply as keeping away from certain people. They're still doing their day-to-day thing, but they're keeping away from certain people because they've had enlightenment about a situation. So it's kind of like they're shining a light on a situation, but I'd love to know what it is. Wow. So let's get down to the bottom of this. Let's get down to the bottom of this first of all, because this is one of the ones that confused me a little tiny bit. I understand what's influencing this. They've actually decided to go into hermit mode because maybe you're just in hangman mode, or maybe they've had to be in hangman mode. But we'll figure it out. Let's find out, shall we? So, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, why is this the current situation? Why is this the current situation? Please tell me about the hermit. Why is this the current situation? Now, bearing in mind, okay, the hermit is the number 9. Do you know the house of 9? Which is the house of 9? Oops. Oh, so there's Virgo. Virgo is 6. Libra is 7. Who's after that? Is it Sagittarius is 8? Scorpio is 9. Have they put death to something? Have they put a death to something? I mean, it's the Virgo card as well. But when you see the number 9, because the Hermit is the number 9 in here. But if you go to the houses, this is the House of Scorpio, number 9. Do you know what I mean? It's the House of Scorpio. Did they put something to death? Did they do that? But anyway, I'm going to shut up about that. But the number 9 might be significant to you as well. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm saying to you. I'm going deeper. I'm going deeper because I want to know, why is this hermit mode here? Why is the hermit mode here? And why is this crossing the hermit mode? We might even do that as well. Is it that they're hiding from somebody, they're standing back from a situation, or is it just you? Is it just you they can't stand being in hermit mode? Let's find out. Why is this person in hot? Yeah, because they're feeling left out in the cold. Or have they lost a lot? Let's find out, shall we? Have they lost something? Yeah, conflict. Something's conflicting them. That's why they're in hermit mode. And what else? What else is there? Hey, you can't make this up. What's going on with this person? It's all kind of negative. Okay. Let me explain something to you. This is the current circumstances for this person. Okay, and the current circumstances is okay. They're feeling left out in the cold, and or they're in a lack mindset, and or they really have lost money for some situation, whatever the situation was that they was in while they're feeling, it's conflicting to them. Do you know what? It's in conflicted to them so much so that they feel trapped in their mind. But when you see this card, the 8 of Swords, it's a trap that they've made for themselves, and now they're conflicted because they want to heal a situation. But of course it's in hang, that explains everything, doesn't it? It's in hangman mode for good reason. It's in hangman mode. And hangman mode doesn't mean like you cut them off completely for some of these people. Hangman mode could just mean that you standing back and looking at the situation and you're not giving it any energy anymore. You're not giving it the situation any energy. You may talk to this person, You may talk to the person, but you're not giving them the same energy you used to, and that could be it. So this is what's influencing this situation. Now, my question is, when you see this number three position, the goal or the destiny, is it because you're in this mindset now? Because this is the Empress in the negative. Now, what we're trying to figure out with this Empress in the negative is, I'm sorry, I've got the ring light on because it was getting dark here. But you're trying to figure out whether this is the karmic what they're running away from. Because I had a feeling when I saw the hangman mode, is it you or is it somebody else they're running from? This could be the karmic, and or this could be you in a bad mood. Because you can be an empress and have a bad day or have a bad mood. Do you know what I mean? Because this is the goal or the destiny, and it could be that they're trying to get you out. They want to know that you're out of this energy first before they approach you. So let's figure out what this actual empress is being miserable about. Because this is a miserable empress. Is this because this card is in the negative? This archetype is in the negative. So let's figure it out, shall we? So, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please give me the message. Thank you. Please give me the message. Why is this Emperor? What is going on with this Empress? Is it the karmic, or is it just you having a bad time? Is it just you in a bad mood, and this person's waiting and in hermit mode, waiting for you to actually come out of this mood when it comes to them? Because I'm getting it's to do with them. Do you know what I mean? It could be you. Look, walk in silence, collective, walk in silence. I'm telling you, this is this is getting deep. This could be you just do you know what? Although sometimes we say we forgive situations and we move on, every time some of us think about these situations, do we just curse and we think, why did you put yourself in that position? Have you really forgiven this person to the point, or are you still in this mood? Are you still in this thing about yes, you say you've forgiven the person, but have you really? Do you know what I mean? Are you still protecting yourself? When I see this as well, are you still protecting your heart? Are you still protecting your space? Are you still protecting your energy? Do you know? Because you just, although you say you've forgiven this situation and you're sending them love and light or whatever you're sending them, but in the back of your mind, when you think about the things that this person has done, or this person's done to you personally, or the way they behave towards you think trial and crosses. That's what you think sometimes, trial and crosses. And this is not going to resonate with all of you. It could be you're just having a bad time, or this person's trying to wait until you're in a better mood, until you're more receptive to them. I don't know. But that is the guest destiny and the goal, so I'm guessing. But let's figure out what this is really about. So, Holy Spirit, Holy Angel, please tell me about the Empress. Why is this the goal or the destiny? Why is this the goal or the destiny? We've got to decide: is it a goal or is it a destiny? Is this person's destiny, or is this person's goal to have you get you in a better mood? I don't know. But all you've got here is the Queen of Coins and the Two of Swords. You're blind and deaf to that situation, and this is what they're looking at. This is why they're in that lack mindset. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Let's have a look. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. You moving on. You're moving on for the better because you see this person as a one wise choice. This is you. You know, you're reaping what you're sowing, or you feel like the person reap what they sow, and you just want a new beginning. You want a new stable beginning. You're not necessarily, for some reason, it's almost showing up as if you're kind of turned away from this person. So this is you still in this mindset. I'm not saying all of you haven't forgiven them, but what it is, even though you have forgiven this person, okay, and you would probably listen to what they've got to say, do you still feel the same way about them? Or is it them actually having a conversation with you will spark the whole situation all over again? The question you've got to ask yourself, and I don't want to put this out there, but would you take this person back? Under what circumstances would you take this person back? Because 9 times out of 10, if you was on this journey, you offered this person unconditional love and they didn't believe it, or they didn't want to believe it, or they've never had that thrown at them, or they don't know what a normal relationship is, or they don't know what it is to have unconditional love. They don't know what it is. They've had to put conditions. Their love or their idea of love is putting conditions on everything, and because of this, sometimes they even go into the mode of I'm not showing any emotions because I don't want to show love to nobody. I just want to do what I want to do. I want to be this free spirit. But what they're doing is blocking their heart chakras. They're just blocking out what love is because they've never known what true love is. in all their years. They could be in their 60s, they could be in their 70s. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? And this person doesn't even, and that's another thing. The older you get, the younger your spirit is if you're walking on this journey. People sometimes say to me, how the hell are you doing what you're doing at your age? And I'm like, anyway, I'm sidetracking, but what I'm giving you is if this is a counterpart, they're still young at heart as well. Some of them are very, not young at heart, but young in spirit. When I say young in heart, some of these people are very naive when it comes to love. They're very ignorant when it comes to love. They don't understand when it comes to love. And if you show somebody unconditional love and they throw it back in your face, it's a form of abandonment. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will hurt. Of course it's going to hurt. But but because of who you are, you're used to people, and it's a horrible thing to say, but you're used to people throwing things in your face like that. You're used to people in denial. You're used to because they see you like they come towards you, but they don't understand what normal is. So, of course, now you on the other side is almost thinking, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can I really trust and forgive this again? Do I just give this another go and see what happens? But this time, you have barriers, you have things. And you know what? With some of these people, all it would take is a conversation for them to be honest, to be upright. All it would take, all the time they're playing games, you was always theirs, but they just didn't understand that. And they just carried on playing games. But you was always theirs to begin with. This is what I'm getting. You was always theirs to begin with. They played games, they did what they did. Okay. Some of these people can change, do you know? But sometimes it's almost like, I'll see you in the next lifetime because they want to continue playing the games. They feel what they're doing is completely normal, some of them. Some of them feel, and so, do you know what? I've been getting this messages a lot lately. Some of these people hate men and are secretly gay. Sorry, not hate men, hate women and are secretly gay. And that's conditioning again. Do you know they could have had some kind of abuse from a male counterpart? For example, they're male and and they've had some abuse from some male relative or somebody close to the family. The second thing is I'm getting that some of these men hate women. Okay. And it could be vice versa because there was a point in my life where I hated men with a passion. I hated men for what they stood and what they did to me. Do you know what I mean? But you come out of that. You take a chance because spirit is there with you no matter what happens. You are never alone. Okay. And if you are meant to be of this life, you will be. If you are, and sometimes you're just meant to go through some experiences, and sometimes they're really bad experiences, but you could teach somebody something else. You're here to teach people at the end of the day. You're here to show people what it is. So when I say this, sometimes these people have things against women, forgetting that it's a woman that gave them life. They wouldn't be here if a woman didn't give them life. This is the sad thing. So when they do these things, sometimes you feel like you're entitled to be upset. Sometimes you feel that way. Sometimes you're entitled to be this way. You're entitled to feel the way you do. Spirit says, but the thing is, Spirit will always say to you, you know, what is for you is never go by you, first of all. And the second thing is send them love and light and try your best to forgive them. Because until you really do forgive them, you've not moved on. Until you really forgive these people, you've not moved on. And I'm not saying that they won't come back, but you've got to forgive them to really, truly love yourself. You got to forgive. I mean, you could have loved yourself from the beginning anyway and saw the red flags and said, mm-mm. You might have even given this person a chance for them to fix up and to come, try to be the person that they needed you to be. But it's not always about that. They should try too. It should be an equal partnership. But if these people are not getting it and they think that women should be subservient to them and they're not bringing anything to the table, for example, you probably independent person, and because they can't control you like they do other people, other women, they don't buck up people like you. Do you know? It's like because you're independent, you may not have all the money in the world. Do you know what I mean? But you're an independent person that can look after themselves. Some of these people don't know how to handle that. Instead of being in partnership with you and working with you, because you probably brought abundance to them or showed them how abundant you can be from nothing. Okay, and they took it and ran with it. They used you. in some sense sometimes. I'm not saying this is all of you. Some of you, they cheated on you. Some of them, they just lied to you. Some of them, they were just dismissive. Some of them was just unemotional. Some of them was emotionally unavailable. Some of them were, they could have been imbalanced. They could have been imbalanced because all of these things can cause the problem. And some of these are brought up in a way that is institutionalized and they don't know what unconditional love is. Some of these people have grown up watching their parents bicker, fight, cheating each other, and did the narcissistic thing. And a narcissist, people don't born narcissistic. They've been shown what narcissism is. And sometimes narcissism turns into sociopath or psychopath tendencies, even schizophrenia. When people are treated in certain ways, it affects the brain in unknown ways. I've seen it firsthand. Somebody, and I'm not going to mention who, but somebody is literally from the age of maybe 16, 17, was schizophrenic, and it was the direct result of how they were treated when they were younger. And I know that's what happened. I know for a fact that's what happened. So I'm just trying to explain to you, and I know I'm going deep here now, but basically, you got to forgive. You got to forgive and move on. I mean, if this person comes with an apology, so be it. They come with the apology, but it's for you to use your discernment. Now, if you need to have barriers with this person, have barriers with this person. If they come back to you and tell you about the friend thing after you've had some kind of situationship with them and all that, because you've been there, done that. If somebody turns around and says that to you, no, they want to go back to the same state as what it was. No, because they're not meaning what they're saying. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna stop that now. But this is basically you still thinking about this person and what they did to you, rather than moving on and just forgiving them and moving on. That's it. Because if this just means that you're still looking back, you're still angry, you're still you haven't had the chance. But sometimes you've got to give yourself closure. Sometimes you're not always going to get that closure from that person. You have to give yourself closure and move on. Like full moon manifestations and all that is real. Go with the full moon, be grateful for what you have and move on. Because it might just be the next lifetime. And some people don't like to hear this. Some people don't like to hear that soul connections could be there just to teach you the lesson for that generation. But they'll be back. And until they get their act together, and maybe you've got things you need to change about yourself too. That's true. But you know, you was the one that went through the journey and they denied it because they felt it. They felt what you felt, okay? But they denied it. And that's their prerogative. That's called free will. That's called free will. But at the end of the day, this is you. I'm just confirming that this is you still thinking about and going back in the past because look, this is the Wheel of Fortune. I don't even know if I went here, but this is the I went that deep. But this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is you trying to move on. But all you can see is what they did in the background. Do you know what I mean? But what spirit is saying to you is that you need to, this is two things. This is them reaping what they sowed. This is them, cause and effect. But the second thing is you need to move on your journey. You move forward on your mission, okay? And sow those seeds. Sow those seeds and see what comes to fruition. Because I'm telling you, this is the beginning of a new you. This is the beginning of a new somebody. Some of you could have been on this journey for a while, and you're not understanding why spirit is not blessing you, okay? 9 times out of 10 it is because you have not moved on, you have not released people, you have not done what you're supposed to do, you're not following what because your intuition is kicking in about certain people and you're just overriding it. It could be that job that you shouldn't be in. you know you're going to get a wake up call. It's almost like sometimes I'm getting that spirit will just make you get sacked because you're not meant to be there. Something will happen. It's like spirit puts in the works. If it's gone on for long enough, okay. Do you know what I mean? Spirit will just say, "Look, it's time. This is enough. This is enough." And spirit will put you in places and throw situations in your face. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm going through for something at the moment, okay? My patrons will know this. A couple of my patrons will know this. But what happened was, I sat here saying, I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5. I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5. But I really want to go and buy a house. I've got this thing, and I want to buy a house, and I've got a little bit. Yeah, maybe I have got a little bit of a lump, but I really want to go and buy a house, or even two houses. I might be greedy, but I'm like sitting here thinking, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. Do you know what I mean? I've been searching online, looking at things, thinking, should I just go the easy way and just buy one bedroom and sit there and rent it out or something? Or should I go for what I really want? A block of apartments, for example. Do you know what? I live in one and rent the other. So if I disappear, I can still know that the rent's been covered. Do I go for something like that? Or do you know what I mean? And it's like spirit put a spanner in the works for me. I started volunteering doing photography for the British Heart Foundation. I'm just telling you a little bit of a story. This is how deep I go when it comes to extended, if you didn't know. But if anybody else ever listens to it besides my Patreons, because I did put this up on Buy Me a Coffee for supporters, where it's just a one-off thing where you can actually look at all the extendeds that go with videos if you want to. But because I realize some people don't want to do the monthly thing, but sometimes you can just do a one-off and just get an extended and that's it. So go for it. But I say all that to say, I walked into this place and I was there for half an hour with an informal interview about what I wanted to do. And the woman turned around after half an hour. This is how spirit works. Drop things in your lap. After half an hour, the woman said to me, you're such a people person. You would make a great assistant manager. I really need an assistant manager and I need you here. I want you to go for it. Will you go for it for me? So I went for it. And I had an interview on Saturday. Last Saturday, had the interview last Saturday. It went. I thought because I've not gone for a job because I've not worked in about 10 years. I've been doing what I want to do. You know, I've been doing the thing. I'm just doing what I want to do. But and it's like it dropped. It's like it dropped into my lap because after that, I went in there yesterday. What was it? Today is. I'm doing this on a Tuesday. Although I'm doing it live. It's actually I'm really pre-recording it because I'm doing it to myself. I'm not doing it to anybody, so that my patrons could get this first. But anyway, so I went in there on Tuesday and I was doing my photography thing and this, that, and the other. And she said, "This is one of the roles that you'll be doing." Wink, wink. I said, "What?" I said, "Are you dropping a hint?" And she said, "Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you how it is. I'm not giving you this job. You actually got the highest marks." Out of all the people, they've interviewed other people for it as well because they have to do that. But it's like when they like somebody, they like somebody. And she said, "You actually got this is no word of a lie. You actually got the highest marks." Okay. And even in the interview, she was winking at me. I was like, "Stop it! You're just faking it so obvious that you want me here." But I don't say I still can't say that I've got it for certain. But it was almost like spirit dropped that in my lap. He said, "Here you go. This is how you're going to do what you want to do now." Even if you only stay there for 6 months, because I was talking to my son about it, and he said, even if you stay there for 6 months, get what you want, and then if you have, properties that you can actually rent out, then one will pay for itself. It'll pay for itself. You can go wherever you want to go and go all over the world, whatever. You don't have to keep the job, but it will serve a purpose. And I was like, yes, that's so right. So yes, but the thing is, as well, this job is like so easy going. I'll be assistant manager, yeah. I'll be managing other people and I'll be managing other volunteers. I'll be going to job centres. I'll be on the complete opposite side. I'll be like going to job centres and interviewing people for volunteer work and all sorts of nonsense. I'll be controlling when the manager's not there. I'll be the manager, acting manager or whatever, be controlling all different things in all situations. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad. But the point I'm trying to make is spirit will put things and circumstances in your way to get you where you need to be. Do you know? It's like, and I can give you another analogy. This is why I'm saying things happen. It's crazy when things start happening. Okay. It was only last week was it last week or the week before? I've got 10,000 TikTokers. All of a sudden, my YouTube is jumping. Okay. And it's like, what is going on? I've got all these good things happening all at once. It's like, Once you start releasing things, and the point I'm trying to make here, people, and I know I'm rambling, is that when you start releasing things and realizing where you're going wrong and doing the things that you need to do and giving gratitude, I give gratitude every single day. I do it because I'm into Nichiren Buddhism. Okay, so every morning I chant. I should do it in the evening as well, but sometimes I'm just too tired. But you're meant to do it in the morning. You're meant to do it was what we call gohonzen. Okay, it's what we call gohonzen, where we chant. We chant and we say silent prayers. We do a prayer, do a normal prayer. We talk it, but it's all in Japanese as well. But the silent prayer, the gratitude prayer, the prayer for the beloveds who have passed over, those are all what we call silent prayers. And we do all of that. And in all of that, we give gratitude every single day. We ask for, and the sect of Buddhism I am is for the normal people. There's nothing wrong with asking for what you want. So that's what I do. I chant for what I want. Even if you was just do the Damuku, what we call Damuku, which is just chanting Nam Yoho Renge Kyo all over again. So it'd be Nam Yoho Renge Kyo, Nam Yoho Renge Kyo, Nam Yoho Renge Kyo. If you did that all over and over again, it's a proven fact that it sends a signal to the brain. Okay. It sparks happiness and gratitude. So no matter what it is with me, my glass is half full because there is always somebody worse off than you. So I say all that to say that, if you don't do something about who you need to release, what you need to do, and follow the path, okay, spirit will sign, look, this person's not listening to me. I'm going to cause tower moments in this person's life until they get it. And this is probably what's happening to your counterparts as well. But this is you starting on your path. This is you getting what you want. This is you as the gift. Because you're a gift to people. And I'm going to shut up now and move on. Because you're probably getting bored of that. But facts, people, facts. For a while I was stagnant. Yeah, I was still doing what I was doing. And I can still live. But things are dropping in my lap. That is scary. And it's funny that I chose to do volunteering work at a charity, the British Heart Foundation. Because it's charity, you're giving back. And this is another thing that people don't seem to understand, that in order to receive, you've got to give. Okay. And this is all part of it. This is all part of it. Do you know what I mean? So, anyway, that's a part of A, gratitude, B, ask, believe, action, receive. In order to get what you really want, you've got to step towards something. You've really got to step towards it and do something about it. I was only doing that to get experience, more experience in photography, doing different types of photography. I've done product photography. So therefore, they're setting up a whole, even if I don't get the job, they're setting up a whole studio to do the photography just because I've made specific recommendations. And it's like, it's weird that all this stuff is just dropping in my lap. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to stop that talk now and move on with this. I'm just giving you examples. Now, I don't know if it's going to come to fruition, but spirit is working wonders. I'm telling you, I've just never had so much happen in one time. All good. So anyway, let's move on. So what we've got here is we've clarified what this Empress is all about, and it's you. It's you still not forgiving, so that things are not moving for you, and you've got to move on. Do you know? I must admittedly say that sometimes I still think, why did I put up with her? Because I was in these cycles of different faces, the same thing. And one of them I stayed with for 15 years because we had kids together, but no more. I said to myself, I'm not staying with this person anymore because of the kids. It got to the stage where I was just with this person because of the kids. And that was it. But they were teenagers at the time. And I thought, no, they're big people now. I can't be doing this. I can't be doing this just to make him happy and to make the children. But the children, this is the silly thing, okay? People stay together just for children, but the children know that there's conflict there. The children know, and you'd be better off being split up so they can be happy in their own way. Yeah, it's going to be devastating because that's all they've known sometimes. My children, all they've known is their dad. They've never known having stepdads or anything like that because I'm a strong believer in a two-parent family. I really am. Okay, and at the time I was like, no, the kids I've got to stay together for the kids. And in the end it was a mistake. It was a real mistake. And I'm telling you some different story times today, but I'm telling you it was a mistake. So, like I said, you know, you need to move on. You need to forgive. You need to do that. I forgave a lot of things a long time ago. I've literally forced myself. It was not like my dark night. It was like my dark night. Well, things that trigger you, you've got to ask yourself the question why it triggered you and go deeper. So, for example, I need to forgive this person, but I can't. Why can't you forgive that person? Because of what they did to you. What did they do to you? They held up a mirror to you, didn't they? And what mirror did they hold up to you? Was it abandonment? Was it loss? Was it pain? Was it painful? This is what you've got to do. You've got to go deeper. Sometimes you've got to go deeper. You say, why did that trigger me though? Why do I feel so much hurt and pain because of that? And maybe it's because you have abandonment issues, and this person is just holding up a light because you're mirroring that person, and that person is mirroring you. So they probably were abandoned in their past. So they thought it was okay to do that to you. They thought it was normal. Okay. Well, you're not used to those abandonment missions, but maybe back in the day you had abandonment issues. And this all they're doing is holding up a mirror to you. So you know what triggered you now. And this is what shadow work is all about. That's one aspect of shadow work. You've got to ask yourself why these things trigger you and what it is you need to leave. Sometimes it's just leave this that you love people, forgive them from afar, love them from afar, and don't go back there. Sometimes you can handle having people come back in your life. But what you've got to realize is the minute you're serious about releasing I released one person that was very close to me. I would never go there again. It's almost like Spirit said, thank you for doing that. Now I'm going to step the game up. And there's certain people that can't sit at your table. And this is what you need to understand. And I know I'm rambling again, but I'm just trying to give you examples. Okay, so let's move on. So, the sixth position is the future influences. Why is the moon? And is it that this person's. Do you know what? Now that I've left this for a while, is this person in fear that you're not going to come back to them? Is this person in emotions that you're not going to, or are they just keeping secrets? This is the future influence. Okay, so let's figure out why this is here, because this is about secret. This could be a lot of things: secrets, fears, things being revealed. The future influences may be that they reveal things to you that you didn't want to know. Let's figure it out. Why is that a future influence? Please give us the message, Spirit. Please tell us. Holy Spirit, holy angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Why is this a future influence? Why is the moon card a future influence, Spirit? Please give us a deeper insight. Thank you, Spirit, holy angels, guides, beloved ancestors. Please give us a deeper insight. Look, the hierophant, they've come to a higher learning, higher understanding. And it's because you put it to rest. They're in fear that you're putting it to rest. But let's go deeper. Let's figure out if that's really the case, because I'm just opening the deck and that's the message it's giving me. So let's have a look. It's a fear that you've put this to rest completely. This is the future influences. Holy Spirit, holy angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the possible outcome came out as the devil in the negative. So, what the hell? Holy Spirit, holy angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please give you the message. Thank you. Please give you the message. Holy Spirit. Why is the moon card here? And I know I shuffle, but it's like Spirit's guiding me to give them a good shuffle. So why is this here? Because you're single, stable, and abundant. You're independent. They're scared. A lot of these people like to control situations. And when they can't control you because you're too independent, it frightens them. And that's one of the aspects. Okay, it's because they want to start again with you. They want to take an action towards you, and they're scared that you're not having it. Let me just confirm that, yeah, because you're this loving, caring person. I need one more card just to confirm why this is here. Yeah, Six of Swords. They want to go to calmer waters with you. Do you know what it is? A lot of these people, right? Instead of just coming correct, they want to play games. But all they had to do was understand that you loved them regardless. Okay, and understand it's because they've been through much trauma that they don't understand what real love is. And do you know what I mean? So it's like because you were stable and abundant and you was happily being single by yourself. And another thing, like I like to say, okay, there's one thing being lonely and there's one thing of loneliness. Do you know? There's one thing of being lonely and one being alone. That's two different situations. When you're lonely, it's like you crave people, but when you're alone, it's not necessarily. If you can be alone and be happy in your own company, you ain't got no problems. Nobody can tell you nothing. Okay. But when you're lonely, some people just put up with nonsense because they're lonely. That's not the way to live. Be alone in your own loneliness and understand and know, because that's just another trigger. That's just another point of fear. If you can be alone and be happy, you've won half the battle, because not us, nobody can tell you nothing. Nobody can tell you nothing. And I'm saying all this as well because this person's in fear because they want to start again with you. This person really does want to start again. Maybe it's a conversation they need to have. Maybe it's they want to actually start this situation again and maybe to even do it right. I don't know. But what I'm getting here is, they see you as this loving, caring person, but they never told you. They may have seen you as this loving, caring person, but your intuition is frightening them because some things you might have hit on the nail on the head. Do you know what I mean? And now, but regardless, they still want to come to calmer waters to you. But it's how they're doing it is wrong. They're still playing the game, but are they playing the game by themselves? Is the question. So this is what it is. This is more to do with fear that you've closed this situation down because they realize who you are to them now. They realize what it is. They've realized what it is. So, like I said, I'm gonna stop rambling now and move on because this is like deep for me. So, the seventh position is the present attitude. So, the present attitude is this person wants to come forward to you. That's no surprise. Okay, so we'll move on from that. I'm not gonna drag this out. Okay, the eighth position, people, is the transformation, and this is all about environmental influences. What is their environmental influence? It's the community. It's what's around them. Things have changed, and sometimes I get that these people don't like change, but I'd love to know what has changed, why they're going through this transformation now. What has changed, Spirit? Please tell me what has changed for this person, Holy Spirit. What environmental influences has changed this person? Because a lot of these people that are like to be controlling don't like change. They just don't like change. But something is transforming in their lives, and this is in the good sense. This is the good sense. Something's transforming, and it's something to do with their environment. What has changed? They've had tower moments, they've had to change stuff, and they've had no. Do you know what I mean? Let's find out, people. Three of coins. Maybe their work situation has changed and they've come to some kind of epiphany. I don't know. That they realize that you want to be together. That's environmentally. Do you know what I mean? If they realize that they want to work with you, they want to be with you in every sense of the word. They want to be your lover, your friend, your fighter, or was you that to them? You was their friend, their lover, their partner, their confidant, whatever. And now, okay, but now they've realized things have changed. That's what it is. Their environment's probably changed. Maybe their work environment is changed as well. Because when you see the lovers, okay, the lovers sometimes is about choices. Okay, so maybe their work environment has changed and they don't like it, or maybe they've had to move or something to that effect. Something is transformed, and it's got a lot to do with money and work. That's what we've got here. It's got a lot to do with money and work, but we're going to see if we can get to the bottom of that one. Okay, yeah. For some of you, they partnered up with people, and it could even be a karmic, I don't know, but they partnered up with people which they thought was the right choice. So it could be close people, what they thought was the right choice, because I'm looking at this at the choice. But what happened was they got deceived. So things have changed for them. They've got deceived. Okay, and I'd love to know, Spirit, give me one card as to what the deception is. Something to do with karma. Do you know what it is? Karma. What's changed for them is karma. Do you know what I think about sometimes? Do unto others as you would do unto yourself. Don't do something that you wouldn't want happening to you. Don't do something that you wouldn't want happening to you. And this is what's happening here. They did some dirty stuff in the background, okay? And they've had to change now. They've had to transform because karma's nyamming somebody bati. And it's probably to do with money, it's to do with their possessions, it's to do with who they worked with. They thought, do you know what I'm getting here? This is not a story for some of you, not all of you, but what I'm getting here is that some of you, they ran off with somebody that they thought had money, okay, who thought that they could partner with, okay, and they may even throw it in your face that, oh, you shouldn't be cutting off people, especially if they've got money, especially if their family's got money. What is their money got to do with you? Is my question. But do you know, somebody said that to me, and I said, I didn't say anything because that just showed me who they was, and my ears perked up after that. My ears perked up after that, and I played the fool. I played the fool. And I even did, and it's true, it's such a true thing when they say you leave somebody emotionally, or you clock out emotionally before your body actually leaves. And I was in a situation where I had to wait on this person, and I clocked out. I clocked out after they did certain things. Okay. Especially when I showed this person unconditional love and I told them that, okay, I don't know what possessed me because I wasn't that type of person at the time. I really wasn't. But it was spirit talking. And I showed this person, and you know what? After that, I said, yeah, I may love this person, but I've clocked out now. Spirit said, mm-mm. Spirit said, this person's not ready for you. This person's not ready to actually heal who they are. They're not ready to heal what they really are. They're not ready to heal. So I clocked out, but I let them have it before I left. And it wasn't in a nasty way either. I've learned even before I came to this journey, because I was a Buddhist before I came to this journey. Okay. I learned that there's no point raising your voice to anybody. Just tell it like it is and leave it there. And that's what I did. I said after I said what I said to this person, I told them I didn't even know what an energy vampire was at the time. I told them it was an energy vampire. I told them they were selfish. I told them that you got problems, mate. You got problems that you need to sort out. You're so unbalanced. I didn't actually say that, but I thought it at the time. They were really unbalanced because they thought they could shout. They said one sentence to me before I left. If they'd have kept their mouth shut, they would have been all right. It would have been all right. I would have still been talking to them today. But they said one sentence, and it was a very selfish sentence, and they was thinking about themselves and never thought to ask how I felt about anything. Do you know what that person said to me? You really didn't make the gravy, like I was bound to do it. I let off. I said, I beg your pardon. Of course I didn't. I said, you're so selfish and in yourself. You didn't even notice that I clocked out. I clocked out a long time ago. Did you not notice when you turned up? I was gone. Some people don't see these things though because they're so in their ego. They're so in their ego. They don't realize they're doing these things. Okay, so I just dropped a card. Where did it go? But yeah, this is what this person did. You know, I don't like to talk about these things, but it's like I forgave them and moved on because I know it's their ego. Now I know, it was their ego. They were empty vessel. They had entities attached to them. You know, after you were enlightened by spirit, you felt every entity attached to that person. You just knew they were doing wrong behind your back. You just knew. You didn't have to tell, they didn't have to tell you. You felt the energy. You felt things are wrong. So you went and digging. Some of you went digging and investigating. Let me tell you something. So now I say all that to say this person has had to this person as what you reap you sow, you know, and you'll get it in some way, shape, or form, and you know why you got it because of what you've been doing in the background. And this is what this is: the Seven of Swords and Justice. Do you know what I mean? This is your karma for your deception. This is their karma for their deception, and they've had to change. They've had to change who they are. I don't know if it's good or bad because what I'm getting here is the final outcome is this. Do they feel trapped now? Was they try to trap you? Is the question. So we're going to figure it out. But this person, let me tell you something. This is the environmental. See, do you see what I mean? They got involved in their environment, and the community around them. They probably got, it could even be a community of people. And do you know what I'm getting for some of you? And I've never said this before, but I thought it. They could have even been in some kind of evil organization or some organization that made them, well, not made them, they could have been in some corner, and dare I say it, some of them could have been in coven, some of them could have been in those institutions like the Illuminati. This is like going deep now, but I thought it and I've never said it. But some of these could have been in specific organizations, but they were doing things like, do you know what they do in those universities in America where they have to go through an initiation to do something? And they could have used you as an initiation. Do you know what I mean? Or they could have been doing things with their bodies, like how many girls can you sleep with? And it's like you would have been an easy target for them. But in actual fact, they cause real karma for what they're doing. They could have been had you as a. Do you know? I used to get this one where it was about competition. How many people can they sleep with, or can they sleep with you and get away with it again? Do you know, have this in and out energy with you and feel like they can come in and out. It's like a competition to them. Or they could have even had a competition in their mind. But what I'm getting here is this person's had to change. They've had no choice in the matter. They've had no choice in the matter. Because whoever effed them over, they effed them over good. Because they chose to be deceptive. So now their karma is coming back to them. What I go on, peace, what I go on. They want to control situations. They want to, you know, they could have been, this could have been them, because what I'm getting here with this 9 and 10, number 9 is all about the innermost emotions. They want to control. That's their innermost. When you see the emperor in their innermost emotions, they want to control. They want to control. Do you know what I mean? They really want to control the situation. They want to be commanding. They want to be this person. They want to, and you know, this is the emperor in the good sense. The emperor in the good sense is a leader who's somebody who's of the law and order, who's somebody who's quite generally, but they are kind of like entrepreneurs. They're people that, you know, they're people that lead. They want to be this person, but this is the possible outcome. This is the possible outcome, people. The devil in the negative. Do you know what I mean? Is it that they're trapped? Let's figure it out. Because this is the possible outcome. The devil doesn't necessarily mean they're a devil entity. It could just mean that they've trapped themselves, and that's the possible outcome. They're forever trapped in their head about the hangman mode. Because remember, you're both in hangman mode. Do you know what I mean? Holy Spirit, holy angels. Why is the devil here, Spirit? Because we're seeing two people trapped. And this could be the trapation of the hangman mode. They're forever in this because they're refusing to come forward. And you, as the feminine, you need to sit on your throne. If you are a feminine here, and I know there's men listen to this too, because I've got a couple of male counterparts here who are on this journey who like to listen to these things. Okay, do you know, you could even be somebody who's a crotch watcher who's in disguise, and I don't care anymore because that's my story. Okay, if you really are a crotch watcher, because there is a couple of men on my Patreon, okay, who never show themselves, who never participate in anything, who never say anything. Whereas I've got Patreons that I talk to on a regular, who when I do the lives they appear. So it could even be, you know, a crotch watcher that's feeling ill, but they're paying the privilege for it. They're paying for the privilege, so good on you. Okay. But in a positive sense, it could be just that these people have got problems they need to work through. Like they feel trapped because of their addictions, and they can't come forward because of their addictions or what's going on in the background and the drama they have. And they really want to come forward because all indications is that they want to come forward. But there's things that are trapping them in place. And sometimes this is what the devil's about. They feel trapped in certain situations. Maybe they owe money. Do you know, but let's figure it out and find out why that devil is there, because that's ridiculous. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please give me the message. Why is this here? Thank you, Spirit. Why is this here? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, why is the devil here in the negative? This is a negative archetype. If we just took the characteristics, it's somebody who's really in their devil entity. And when you see this together as well, sometimes this is very narcissistic. These two together is very narcissistic, you know. But One is about their innermost emotions. They want to be this. But this is actually the possible outcome. Okay. So let's figure it out. Let's find out why the devil's here. Why is the devil here? Yeah, because they're still, their mindset hasn't changed. Some of you could have been dealing with some really logical people, some people that were very tunnel visioned, who didn't think with their heart but with their head. And sometimes it's almost like a sociopath, isn't it? If you want to really go on the dark side, because it could be that they're just trapped in their mind. They're still in this logic mindset, yeah. But really, they want to be this King of Wands. The second thing is it might feel trapped because they see other people coming towards you. It might be that they see other people coming towards you as well, because that's two kings, okay? And because they're stuck in this hermit mode, because there's got drama going on behind them and they're not talking about it. Let's see what else is going to come out. So yeah. And because you're transforming the situation, they feel trapped. I think it's got a lot. I'm going to put one more card. Yeah. The Two of Cups. That's what I'm saying, people. This is ridiculous. Okay, here's what we got. They're still stuck in this mindset, the trapation. They're trapped in this mindset of logic. And this could be to do with trauma. This is things they've gone through. This is somebody who shows no emotion whatsoever. Or they try not to. They could be good at hiding it. But some of these people have gotten to the point where they really are sociopaths and need help. But it's not your problem. Just like you've had to fix yourself, they need to fix themselves too. Do you know where it's not your problem? You're not here to baby somebody. They need to fix up. Do they really want to be this though? Do they want to be the King of Wands, passionate, forward thinking, a leader, a fighter? Or is this a new situation? This is one of two things, and I might flick a card on that. Okay. But either way, they're still in this hermit mode. This is the second time the hermit mode's come out. It came out very first beginning the current situation. They're still in hermit mode because they're seeing you transforming. Okay. Or they want to transform to actually have this union. But it could be also that they have competition and they're in hermit mode trying to figure out what to do because you're transforming and maybe moving on to another union. There's that as well. Because some of you, do you know what? Some of you are too beautiful to be sitting there sometimes. Some of you are too beautiful to be sitting in this hermit mode. Some of you are just too handsome to be doing what you're doing. Okay. When there's people knocking at your door. Okay. And probably this person is trying to figure out what to do and they're trapped because they can't do anything about it because they're stuck in certain things, situations, or whatever. Sometimes it could be that they're just plain evil and they want to come in now because of competition. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody. Just almost like because they can't have you, they don't want nobody else to have you. This is what some of them's thinking because they can't have you. But it's too late. It's too late, baby. It's too late. Though we really did try to make it. Something inside me died. This is what I'm saying to you. When you walk away emotionally, okay, you go, and you just play games. And somebody even asked me, if if you felt that way, why did you behave the way you did? It's because you were mirroring them. But I didn't understand that. You just gave up on that situation. You gave up on that situation and you never see it the same way. Even if this person comes back and they even try to change for you, can you trust it? Is the one question. And they're going to have to work hard. They're going to have to work hard to win your trust back. Do you know what I mean? To have this union. They don't want the Dear John letter. They don't want the Dear John, yeah, thanks for the apology, but no thanks. They don't want that. And this is why the Emperor's here as well. Because that is their one true myth. That is their deep hidden emotions. This is what number 9 is all about. Position number 9. This is their emotions. They want to take control of the situation, but they don't know how to. And that's what the problem is. Anyway, people, I've gone on long enough. I'm talk too much. I talk too much, but that was deep for me. Honestly, I should do the Celtic cross more often because that was deep. I'm sorry, people. You're gonna have to listen to this to your headphones because I don't know how long this video is, but it's longer than it should be. So until next time, don't forget if you do watch this and you're not one of my Patreons, because I'm putting it on Buy Me a Coffee where you can just do the one-off support thing where you can just support me and you get access to the the odd extendeds that I've put on there. I keep doing it. I'm putting it on there now because on Buy Me a Coffee as supporters, somebody that wants to just do a one off because, sometimes you just want to hear the message once, and all you need is the message once. Do you know what I mean? Because I do get really serious. I get down and dirty and serious. As my patrons will testify to that, I do get down and dirty and serious and extended, and this one is no different. I've really gone deep, but this Celtic cross really has got me. So I should do it more often. And I think maybe even the next video I do, I might do a Celtic cross again because that was deep. Anyway, until next time, people, take care. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed, okay? Bye. Nam yo haringe kyo.